Hey, you guys, Stuart Pidlone, the most targeted citizen. I am coming to you today in extreme pain. My shoulder is toast. All that scraping last week, getting them stickers off that jet ski really ruined my shoulder. Late start today, late start because it is so hard to get going. I wish I would have not went out of town the other week with my family, because I had my sleep straightened out, and ever since I came back, the weapons are stronger, they're more precise. I'd actually gotten my sleep straightened out where I was going to bed about between 12 and 1, and now they've got me back on third shift again, and it just sucks. That means that I can't get outside the house till 1 or 2 in the afternoon if I'm lucky. Mason, why are you bringing them all the way up here? Because we got to use them all the way down there again. Anyway, long, hard day. This is what we're doing today. We're trying to complete our brackets, our plates, getting everything drilled out for those. This right here will be the number 1, and then it'll go 1 connected to 2, and then 2 connected to 3. This right here will be the end of my pontoon, so my porch will start right about here. The 40 feet should stop here, and then the rest out here will be porch. So we've got all these strung out. As you can see, just from here, how long that is. That's just 32 feet there. You add 16 onto that, that's 48 feet. That's a long house that I've got to put together. Here's a plane coming. See how it comes straight directly over? Now tell me, if it's going to the airport and I'm in the flight path, how's it coming directly at me? Directly over my head. Look, straight up, directly over my head. Oh, that happens all the time, don't it, Mason? Now, if I'm in the flight path in where I'm at in Longview, North Carolina, tell me how, when I was in Vail, North Carolina, in my deer stand, and it came directly over my head again. Or Mason, when we were hunting up in the mountains, was the plane right over my head in the mountains too? Yeah. Directly over my head in the mountains as well. Directly. You guys know all about that, though, don't you? That's more my imagination. I let my imagination play tricks on everybody. Anyway, let's have a little laughter today. So, this is where we're at. This is hard to do, man. With a bum shoulder, it is hard to do. And with these pontoons, where they've been sitting so long and they've just gotten warped up, it really sucks how twisted it is. But I'm trying to think of it's probably going to cost a lot of money to fix it, and the fix will probably be coming out on the outside and put a 16 and have the middle of the 16 in the 8 right here in the middle joint, and then the next one would be in the middle of that joint, and then on the ends I'll cut off the excess and use that. And 16s now are $82 a piece, so I'll need 1, 2, oh gosh, 6 more. That's $600 just in those, and all that is correct, to try to correct it where these are out of square. You can see this one is pretty dang good. It lined up good. Another problem I had, and I just wasn't thinking ahead back then. It's hard to plan this out because I'm getting no help. I'm doing all this on my own, just figuring it out as I go. But as you can see how big that plate is, that's a 6-inch plate. The other ones that I did were 2 by 10 plates, where this is 6. So when my plates themselves, the metal plates, are what, 8 to 10 inches wide, I've got to add a board onto here to take up that space. So then I've got to find a board to match this. Mason, we'll need a different board here because it's not the same as that one up there. Remember, I use different boards. I just use what I had on these. And you can see that this was the scrap board. The scrap boards I use on this is because you can tell how twisted it really is. This is the worst one out of all of them. I'm actually contemplating tearing that one apart and just using the 16s as my boards on the outside. I don't know if it'll take more time to tear it apart, or just leave it to the side, or add that, just put it on as like the porch. I'm not sure, but it's awful twisted. It's awfully twisted. But the other ones, you can see that the edge of the metal here, that one's pretty square. It's got a little bend to it. It's got a little bend and a little bow. But I think it's going to make it. I think it'll be all right. See, that one's pretty darn close too. This is the best one out of all of them. This right here, and I think this is the very first one I built, Mason. I think this is the first one I built, and it's amazing. The first one's your best one, but this one was the best one that I built. If I remember correctly, when I built them, the one that I built, they were a different size. I think I had the pontoons turned sideways, and I had to tear it apart and come back and redo them. I think that's what happened. And I think that was the first really right one, and the other ones are ones that I had to fix. I think that's how that went. But yeah, tomorrow I went ahead today and got some wood bits so I can cut these holes out better. They drill a lot better than metal bits on wood. So tomorrow what we'll be doing is taking these out, breaking those down, moving them into staging lanes, and I'll start bringing these up, getting them drilled out. It takes about, the setup takes longer than anything to get them drug up in the yard, get them braced up together where we can butt them up, level them up. The drilling doesn't take but 10 minutes, but get them drug up in the yard when you ain't got no help. Man, I'd love if I had a four-wheeler. If I still had my lawnmower that got stolen, that would be great, because I could just drag these anywhere I needed to go. $10,000 lawnmower, just stolen, like my motorcycles that I completely did not prove got stolen last night. Anyway, it is skeeter season. It is skeeter season in the South. Skeeters everywhere, and as you can see, when you live in a mud hole, more than likely, I'm going to have to unhook my Bronco, put the seats back in it. We're going to probably pop the top off it and start driving it again. I don't want to, but my Ranger is still not. Once it gets warm up and up to operating temperature, it does okay. But I just don't want to risk tearing it up anymore. But that's the update today. I'm tired. I'm beat. I'm really hurting. Mason, what we do need to do when we got them out is get the blue foam over here and start bracing them up. Remember, we don't have these done. Where are the ones that's got the blue foam in them? Just that one's got the blue. Okay, these two got the blue foam. So bring me a couple of pieces of blue foam. We'll get these braced up so they can't bind up on us as well. We took the took these boards out. Remember, I told you that I shouldn't have put them in. Went ahead and removed them, pulled them out. That way, when we're ready to bolt them up, then it's ready to go, ready to rock and roll. But this is it. This is what we're doing. Just pray for me. Pray that I get help getting all this stuff put together. Pray that I've got a convenient place to build this. Like I said, more than likely I'm going to build it on land and then push it out in the water. And then what I'll probably do then is build the building. Well, I'll probably have the building built first, and then I can work underneath it in the shade. And once I get the platform, the pontoon itself, once I get it built, push it out in the water, and then have a bunch of people or a bunch of equipment pick up the building and then take it out to the water and bolt it down to the frame itself. I think that's going to be the easiest, because it'd be harder to build on a floating dock than it would be building on land. So you got any opinions, any ideas, anybody in construction, I'll take any compliment. Anybody that's willing to give me any advice, I'll listen to everybody. And then I'll do my research and see if it computes, see if it works out. So like, share, and subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. Go to Targeted Citizen 3. This is where you're at. Or Most Targeted Citizen channel. That's the main channel. That channel is in hibernation right now. And just like I said, if I don't go to a channel and I stay off of it, it just seems to grow. It's weird how that happens when you're being targeted and stalked and harassed online. I'm Stuart Pedlone. I'm going to go get a Wendy's Frosties in the freezer. Have a good day.